All right, guys, I want to do a quick intraday report here. I've got some questions here about the three positions that I took to get today. So let's quickly go over why I entered here. Now, usually I like to wait towards a close on a day where we're waiting for kind of a bounce play or a hold of support. I went intraday today. I'm not risking too much on these. Combined, I think the risk is around 4,000, which 4 to 5,000, which sometimes I get in one trade. So traded them a little smaller because I'm going in intraday. But what we're seeing here is after some real iffy moments early on in the market where we opened here just below that range that we've been watching. And then we got this really hard move down to the lower 211s, which started to look really ugly. And then we came back really strong here and back up over the range, actually. So not only getting back to where we opened, but putting in this hammer and getting into this, we talked about 212.25 to 212.30. We're currently at 212.72. Obviously closes here what we really want to see. And if we could get up to here about 213, that would be really nice. That would get us to the green here. Or actually, we need to get a little higher to get to the green. But the hammer is what matters, not whether it's red or green. But the higher, the better, obviously. The reason I went intraday is because these ETFs are really volatile. And what I don't want to happen is, let's say towards the close, we get up here at, say, 213.45 or something. What's going to happen is LABU is probably going to be all the way up here at 40, and then I have this huge risk I've got to take if I want to put the stop where I want it. Same with UWTI. This thing could get up here in the upper 28s or mid 28s, and then it becomes very hard to take the trade. So I was willing to give up a little on the confirmation. Same with Brazil. Brazil's already showing a lot of strength, and this is characteristic of what Brazil has been doing in terms of really outpacing SPY, which is why we've been so interested in Brazil of late here. So, and actually, semiconductors is doing the same thing, although it's pulling back a little bit right now. But again, all of these relative strength areas continue to show relative strength compared to SPY. When we talk about oil, when we talk about semiconductors, we talk about Brazil, and there's a few other areas we could also be talking about here. So that was the reason for the entry. And you can see here, with oil basically pulling back, holding the 9, and then showing a lot of strength right here, putting in that hammer, deciding to take it intraday. Now there could be a fake out intraday. We see intraday fake outs all the time. I'm willing to kind of put up with that just to get the better price in here compared to what it potentially could be. Like, for instance, when we took the oil play last time, I waited till the end of the day, and it worked out for us. It ended up being a fantastic trade. But where I could have got in at, say, 21.30, I wanted the confirmation this day, and so I had to get up in about a point higher. And I don't feel like doing that today. And I feel like we got so much weakness early on that maybe this thing can hold here. Now, these are where UWTI and Brazil are relative strength and near highs. LABU is a very different setup in terms of, this is kind of an oversold bounce or rubber band type setup where it's not relative strength, it's not near highs, it's actually gotten beaten down a lot. It's not an orderly pullback like these two. This one is faltering actually already. So, we entered up here and it's already coming back in, but we're still sticking to our stop level, where we set it. But this one is doing what this is kind of an example of the reason why we like to wait to the close, because we want to see confirmation of that. And again, I was willing to risk it a little bit because I know if there is a strong move, this thing could close all the way up, here at 41 or 42, and then I just can't take the trade because it's too big of a risk I'd have to take to get the appropriate stop. So maybe I get stopped out of this. That's okay. It's only going to be $1,000 to $1,500 loss for this account size. That's appropriate for risk management. So that's the idea here. I got some questions. Why am I taking these intraday? Was there something I was really seeing, or normally you're taking them at the end of the day? And that's the reason I took these three here. And I'm not likely to add anything else today. So this is it. And if I get stopped out of these, I get stopped out. That's fine. But we're going to take the shot here for a potential hold here in SPY of the bottom of this range. So that's it for the intraday report. I'll talk to you guys later.